Piki mai, kake mai. Welcome everyone. Everyone say keke ko punga punga. Ka pai. It means sponge cake, and my mama was the queen of making sponges, and so today in her honour I am making a pistachio version, and I'm going to send this off to Emily, and Emily sent me the most amazing message about the fact that at the age of 34 she has just beaten endometrial cancer, and she's also had some amazing news about her future as well. And so it is time to celebrate with a pistachio sponge. So there is 3 layers to this creation: the sponge, the blueberry sauce, and then a bit of cream action. So our first thing to make is our keke ko punga punga pihitahio, our pistachio sponge cake. We grind up the pistachios and then we just fold through some eggy things. Nā reira, koina ngā kai ka whakamahia e tātou. Here are the ingredients you need.
Kia haurua kapu pihitahio, half a cup of pistachios. Kia rima te kau karamu pata, 50 grams of butter. Kia kotahi kapu puehu parawa, 1 cup of flour. Kia haurua kokoiti pēkana powder, half a teaspoon of baking powder. Kia whā ngā hieki, 4 eggs. Kia rua hau toru kapu huka one, 2/3 of a cup of caster sugar. Kia kotahi kokoiti pē wanira, 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste. Ko te mahi tuatahi, the first job for you to do is butter 2 20cm sponge tins and then sprinkle them with huka one. And they are prepared. Now add your pihitahio to your mortar and pestle. Paua ngā pihitahio ki te mota me te tuki. Pound the pistachios with your mortar and pestle until you get a crumb like this. Perfect. Now take your pata and turn it into pata kuera waina, melted butter. Add your 4 hieki into a bowl. And I'm doing this in my stand mixer, which I do prefer to do a sponge in. So all you're doing is taking these hieki and you're whipping them on medium to high speed. And after they go fluffy like so, start sprinkling in your huka one, a little bit at a time. And you're going to be whipping for 5 to 7 minutes. And it will change colour and look like that. And it should grow by about 3 times. Add in your pē wanira. And now to test your mixture, all you need to do is take your whisk out, dip it deeply into the mixture, and it should be able to draw a figure 8 and hold for a few seconds. If it is, it's time to add your puehu parawa and pēkana powder. We just want to add half at a time along with our kunga kunga pihitahio. That's half of our flour mix and half of our pihitahio, and we're gently folding. Remember, with a sponge you want to keep that air in. Beautiful. Now add the second half of your puehu parawa and your kunga kunga pihitahio and foldy, so gently, lovingly in fact. Now we just drizzle in that cooled pata around the sides. Do this in 2 parts as well, gently folding. And that, my friends, is your mixture done. Divide it between your 2 sponge tins. And then straight into the umu, the oven. We're baking these at 150 degrees on fan bake for 23 minutes. Perfect. Now all you do is throw them on the floor and then tip them out onto a cooling rack.
Keke ko punga punga pihitahio, pistachio sponge cakes. Look how good they are. Now I do know there's some type of scientific reason why you throw them on the floor. I think it locks in the air. It's just what my mama did, so that's what I do. But anyway, as these cool, we're going to make a really simple, delicious blueberry sauce.
Kia rua kapu tūrutu tio, 2 cups of frozen blueberries. Kia hautoru kapu huka one, 1/3 of a cup of caster sugar. Kia hauwha kapu waire mana, 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Kia rua kokoiti pue hukanga, 2 teaspoons of corn flour. Kia rua kokonui wai, 2 tablespoons of water. Let's make some blueberry sauce. Add your tūrutu tio, huka, and waire mana into a frying pan, and you just want to bring this to a simmer over medium heat. When you're stirring it, just try not to squash those tūrutu. It's lovely to keep them nice and whole for our sauce. And once you've brought it to a boil and all the sugar is dissolved, kaurorihia te pue hukanga me te wai, stir up the corn flour and water. And as you continue to stir, just slowly drizzle it in. This helps it thicken and binds our sauce together. After a minute or so of cooking the corn flour out, put it into a sieve and you are done.
Ka pai e te whānau. So as you can see, we've made our blueberry sauce. All the blueberry goodness is there, and that's going to go into our cake. And I just drain off the sauce, and you can reserve that and you can drizzle it over as you serve it to people, but I just don't want that in the cake, you know, it's a bit damp. Anywho, as this cools, we are now going to move on to our simple cream mixture.
Kia rua rau rima tekau karamu creme fraiche, 250 grams of creme fraiche. Kia hautoru kapu pue huhuka, 1/3 of a cup of icing sugar. Kia kotahi kapu creamy, 1 cup of cream. Kia kotahi me te haurua kokoiti wanira, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Ka pai to your mixing bowl, add your creme fraiche, along with your pue huhuka. Just want to whisk this to combine it all together, and then start to drizzle in your creamy. You want to do this around a quarter at a time, and as you whip it, it will become luscious and thick. Don't forget your wanira, my favourite ingredient. Pour that on in and whip it until you get a beautiful thick mixture like so. Of course you can just spread this on, but you know me, I really like to spread and pipe. It's kind of my jam. So here we go. Spread a large tablespoon on top first, and then do some swirly pipey action. Look how pretty that is for a border. Love it. Now add in our delicious ranu tūrutu, our blueberry sauce, drained of course, and then I like to add some tūrutu maota, some fresh blueberries for that fresh pop as well, and then I just repeat that process. Spread on that creamy, and here's a close-up version of how to do this swirly border. On go our tūrutu. Fresh ones too. Grate over some kirire mana for a fresh pop, and some puti puti.
Ta-da! One keke ko punga punga just for you, Emily. I hope you can celebrate with your whānau in this new season that you're coming into. E te whānau kia koutou huki, I hope that you can get in the kauta and make the sponge too. Mā te wā.
Mai tōku kauta ki tō kauta, ki ki ana ki te aroha. Pau, pound. Paua, pound it. Paua ngā pihitahio ma te mota me te tuki. Pound the pistachios with the mortar and pestle. Keke ko punga punga. Sponge cake.